An artist that I really love to look at pictures of is Miles Davis. As a picture editor, he is a real gift. His style through the years lends itself so fabulously to different eras of photography. In early, 60s, black and white, we've got suits, beautiful tailoring. As we move on to where colour transparency film comes, is when he's got bright, colourful outfits. We've got silver sequins, big glasses, and those rich colours in his outfits lend themselves beautifully to the physical medium of colour transparency film.
So I think what's fascinating about Miles Davis's style is how much it kind of evolved and changed over the years. And when you've got him in the sort of bebop years in the 1940s in New York, I think he moved to New York in he was about 22-ish, and he'd in St. Louis he'd been kind of influenced by players like Clark Terry, who had like a really kind of great sharp look, and he was trying to get that sort of sharp look himself. But obviously it's a bit of a weird time. This is the pit where bebop is just kind of developing. The big stars of jazz at that time are all about kind of massive suits and really kind of like, not very natural form-fitting shapes, but great big shoulders and things like that. And he's kind of a little bit in between at this sort of period where, he was great, but he definitely doesn't look like a completely commanding Miles Davis. I think from, there's this period in the late 60s where Miles Davis had moved from that kind of, moved to a more European look. He was always very into sort of tailored suits and things like that. But at this point, it was Italian tailoring that he was really, really into. And then there's this kind of hinge point, 68, 69, around the time that he met Betty Davis. And suddenly he's out of the suits, he's into, this is Newport 69, so kind of really that point where his kind of electric fusion thing is starting. He's playing rock venues, he was playing places like the Fillmore East in New York and things like that, and he was hanging out with lots of rock musicians, and so his whole look kind of transformed with it. But I think it's really interesting that he is always he sort of embodies whatever he's doing at a given moment in his career, doesn't he? He's kind of like suddenly here when it's all kind of like wild and electric. Some of the most fantastic outfits. This is Montreux 73, I think, with this kind of
sparkly tank top.
Yeah, absolutely. Which for a 48-year-old man or whatever it was, you've got to be pretty bold to be carrying that off, and he does carry it off. It looks amazing.
Great.